Godzilla, one of the most iconic and famous cars ever made. Everyone knows what a GTR is, but those who know a little more know that the R34 is a true legend. With its twin turbocharged inline-six engine, it shot to fame by starring in many of the Fast and Furious movies. Paul Walker and the GTR R34 were on the same WhatsApp group basically. Not to mention the absolute domination of video games such as Gran Turismo that made this car so special to all of those growing up. They idolized it. The Nissan Skyline GTR R34 is truly a car worth of respect. I'm quite in awe right now. So I literally just drove 2 hours in the rain to Johannesburg. Firstly, to see my friend Art, this is his car. Secondly, look at this, it's an R34 Nissan Skyline GTR made from 1999 to 2002, and if I need to tell you it's rare and you don't really know much about this car, which is not a problem, I'm going to educate you today, but this is extremely rare. I just want to stare at this car the whole time. It is so stunning to look at, but more importantly, it's stunning to drive. The GTR is a supercar killer for not supercar money, and also not so many supercar features, but in a good way. Okay, it has a ridiculously massive rear wing and looks that could kill, but it has some of the best seats I've ever felt in a performance car, even by today's standard, to be honest. The combination of comfort, seat bolstering, and driver position is pretty much perfect, to be honest. Oh, and those little dots you see in the seats are actually there for extra grip to hold you in tight. And trust me, they work. It's other things like a rear windshield wiper, an actually pleasant interior packed with technology and creature comforts that make this old yet special car so usable. Oh, and don't let that Nismo speedometer fool you. This is a V-Spec GTR. It differentiates itself from the normal R34 by having the following: front splitter and diffuser, rear carbon diffuser, lower stiffer suspension, and active limited slip differential at the rear. Yeah, I'm driving an R34 right now, everyone, and can you guys hear that? Wow. Whatever everyone said is 100% correct. The main thing people say is this car feels analog, and that's true. And what they mean by analog is that you can feel everything. The steering is fantastic. The throttle response is amazing. There's no sport mode and normal mode in this car. It's just GTR, end of story. And it's freaking fantastic. Now obviously you have have to jump into an R34 expecting an R34. You can't jump into this old car thinking everyone likes it so much because it's refined, it's new technology, it's comfortable, you know. That's not what this car is. This car has a 2.6 liter twin turbo inline 6 engine. Listen. Oh my goodness, that sounds so amazing. This car is stock, by the way. It's very hard to find a stock Nissan R34 GTR, but this is completely stock besides the exhaust, nothing done to the engine. So Nissan say 327 horsepower. That was basically the agreement they had, the Japanese, a gentleman's agreement when making these cars brand new. They agreed that they wouldn't give the cars more than 276 horsepower to avoid, you know, power wars. But Nissan actually, well, they claimed 276 horsepower. They actually gave this car more like 320, 330 horsepower. And you know, sneaky guys. And the Newton meters on this car 390. So small numbers, but the car's light, about 1.5 tons. That means 0 to 100 in about 5 seconds. And also a top speed of 250 kilometers per hour. Not to mention all-wheel drive. And everything feels fast. Even if you're not going that fast, it feels fast. Because the ride is kind of firm. The gearbox is perfect, the throttle response is amazing, clutch is not funny, it's just nice. It's simple and it's brilliant, honestly. There's a certain feeling when you jump in this car that you can't describe, and that feeling just happiness, and it makes you feel so special. I've driven a lot of cars on the channel, even expensive cars, but I've never been this nervous to drive a car before in a video, because I know just how rare and how special this car is. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't a massive fan of the R34. I loved how it looked always, but I don't really see the hype. After driving it, it's so special. Oh my goodness. Listen with the windows open. Do you hear the blow-up valves? And an all-wheel drive system, so just no traction control, but you don't really need it because this car gives you so much of confidence. This is too much of fun. I haven't felt a car with 300 horsepower that feels as fast as this car does. The way it spools up. Oh, the brakes are good also. What a car. What a machine. It's one of the best driver's cars ever made, yet you know you want to stop and just look at it and appreciate it also. This is the signature color for the R34. It's called Bayside Blue. And this car has the HRE wheels. Look very nice in my opinion, although a tad big. Brembo brakes. This color is very nice, and it comes with the wing. That wing is adjustable at the back, obviously manually, not electronically. You basically just unscrew it and, you know, reposition it as you want, and there you go. There's not a single Nissan badge on this car. If you look at the front, it says GTR. If you look at the back, on the right side, it says GTR. As soon as you jump in, there's legit no Nissan badge at all. because this is a purebred Grand Touring racer. And to think about the technology this car has for a car that was made in 1999 is insane. You could get these with 2 screens, but the one on top shows you all your different G meters and, you know, engine readings and all of that, like you see in the brand new one that they advertised so much. This 1999 car has most of the same readings, if not the same readings, as that new one, which is insane. I mean, it's literally like 20 years old. Not to mention, have you guys ever seen a car from 1999 that has 4-wheel steering? Yes, those rear wheels, they steer. If you're going at a slow speed, they turn in the opposite direction of the front to give you a shorter turning circle. And if you're going at high speed, they turn in the same direction, so, you know, it gives you better cornering. And this car has a pretty much perfect 50-50 weight distribution, which is why they put the battery and computer boxes and everything in the back of the car. This is the type of technology and thought that you don't really see in many cars, especially from a 1999 car. It's unbelievable to think of the technology and the work and effort that's been put into it. That's why people love these cars so much. It's hard to describe, but when you drive it, there's no other car that feels like it. Hello everybody, welcome to the Automotive Live. Today we're going to talk about the Nissan GTR and how it's my favorite type of Nissan because it's blue.